ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late, out of date, Raw review. I went into the show with an open mind, a positive attitude. I wanted the show to be good, and I enjoyed a couple of parts, you know what I'm saying? Couple of parts were funny, but overall, Jesus Christ, this show was cheap. Very, very, very cheap, man. It just felt so cheap. Holy shit, man. It started off with Enzo and Big Cass cutting the promo. Then Jericho and Kevin Owens came out. Enzo's promo this week was average at best, not really that good, okay? Jericho was funny in this segment. When Jericho came out with Kevin Owens, it became a bit funny, you know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed the opening segment because of Jericho. First match, Chris Jericho defeated Enzo Amore by disqualification. Kevin Owens was interfering. Big Cass just ran into the ring with a big boot to Jericho's face. Ref calls for a DQ. It was alright, I guess, you know. At the end, they were celebrating. They made the match official for SummerSlam. 2-on-2. This was okay, I guess, you know. The opening segment, the match, it's made to set up the tag team match, you know. It's whatever, though. Second match, Braun Strowman defeated another jobber. The jobber was acting like he was afraid of Strowman, so it was a bit funny, you know what I mean? Match-wise, it's a jobber match. You got maybe 2-3 moves. It's funny, but, you know, it's not like a good match or anything like this. Then you had Puff Daddy backstage talking with Mick Foley. He was promoting his stuff. He was talking with the New Day. He said the word nuts. How's Big E's nuts? And then Mick Foley, oh, you can't say that on television. Later on in the program, they said nuts again, so I don't know. I guess they tried to look edgy. Oh, he's going to say a word that he's allowed to say, but we're going to say that he's not allowed to say that, so it looks like we're being edgy, but we're not, you know. So Puff Daddy was on Raw for maybe a minute. They were advertising this for over a week. He's backstage for about a minute, talking with the New Day. He said the word nuts. Who gives a shit? Wasn't really anything major there. Third match, Darren Young defeated Titus O'Neil. Last week, Titus rolled him up with the tights. This week, Darren Young rolled up Titus and he had his tights or whatever. It was an okay match, I guess, but it's cheap, motherfuckers. It's cheap. It's not interesting. It's not exciting. It's Jobber City is what it is. Straight up fucking Jobber City. Nobody cares. Nobody's sitting there, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Can't wait for this big match there. O'Neal against fucking Darren Young in this cheap-ass tights feud. Oh, they're building up a feud. It's not a fucking feud. All they're doing is grabbing each other's tights. What the fuck kind of garbage feud is this? It's not a feud, it's cheap. Seth Rollins came out to cut a promo talking about Finn Balor. making fun of his name. It's the Demon King, blah, blah, blah. This was made to set up Finn Balor later on in the night there. I'll get to that soon, but Seth Rollins' promo was boring. Usually Seth's promos are a bit funny. You know what I'm saying? He can be a bit funny, shit like this. Sometimes he'll say cool stuff there. Nothing cool or funny in this promo, just boring, because he had to work with cheap material. He has to talk about Finn Balor's name, and they're trying to get this demon gimmick over there. I'll get to the rest of that later, but his promo was pretty cheap there. Seth had some cheap promos in the past. This was just boring. No life in the promo, nothing. Fourth match, Cesaro defeated Sheamus again. Sheamus had him pinned with a roll-up. Referee wasn't there. Cesaro got the roll-up. You know, I wasn't impressed with the first match. This is pretty much the same exact match, so I'm even less impressed, you know what I mean? Not a terrible match. It was an okay match, but like, who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? These feuds suck fucking dick, you know what I'm saying? These feuds are boring as fuck, you know what I mean, dog? Very cheap, son. Then we had Orton and Brock Lesnar video package. It was cool because Lesnar said the word fuck. He said the word fuck like bleeped out there. I don't have a relationship with Orton, nor do I give a fuck about Randy Orton. I enjoyed that, the swearing, stuff like this there, but you know, it's pretty much just the F word that does the whole segment there. It's in the fifth match, it was the Dudley Boys going up against Neville. Neville announces that he has a partner to go up against the Dudleys. I was a bit excited for 2 seconds. Oh shit, who's he going up? Who's going to be his partner? And then it's Sin Cara that comes out. It's, who the fuck cares about Sin Cara? Why would they do a big deal like that? Oh, it's Neville. Oh, he has a mystery partner. And it's Sin Cara. Who cares? Who the fuck is gonna care about that? Just bring him out. From the get-go, it looks less stupid like that. Oh my god, big partner for Neville. It's Sin Cara. What a fucking letdown that was. Anyway, Neville and Sin Cara defeated the Dudleys. You know, I feel bad for the Dudleys getting beat by jobbers like this there. The match was okay, but you know. Then we had Rusev and Lana like recreating their wedding. You know, I just thought to myself there, that's right, WWE was pissed off at Lana because they announced that they were engaged, so they're gonna make fun of their wedding. That's the first thing that came to my mind. And when Lana says, oh, Rusev is the only man that can have me, I think they're making fun of Rusev with that. Maybe because of the Dolph Ziggler situation. Maybe that's why they're doing it like that. Oh, Rusev is jealous or something. Let's give him a gimmick like that. Only Rusev can have her. I think that's what they're doing. Taking shots at Rusev and Lana still there. Rusev was a bit funny, you know, but it's, you know, it... Roman Reigns comes out. Roman Reigns was trying to be funny. He drank champagne. You know, he drank, I guess. Steve Austin drank. Roman Reigns drank, so I guess some people are gonna think he's cool because he was drinking, I guess, there, but You know, it ended up being another cake in the face segment. Rusev and Reigns started brawling. Lana ended up face first in the cake. That's 3 cake in the face segments in like the last 2 months. 3 times they do a cake in the face segment. Obvious enough that they're fucking running out of material there. I mean, really. And this skit, some parts were okay. Some parts were awkward. Some parts were cheap. I don't know. Fuck. Some people will like it. Some won't. You know, I thought it was another one of those. It was kind of okay, but cheap and corny at the same time. You know what I'm saying? In the 6th match, Sasha Banks defeated Dana Brooke in a few minutes. Like maybe 3 minutes. An okay match, but again, who cares? It's a 2-3 minute match that you don't care about. It's not entertaining. It's not terrible. It's not a bad match, but it's not something that you're going to be excited. It's not quality. A 2-minute throwaway match with stupid, retarded stipulations there. If you watch the show, you'll know what the stipulations were. A match like this isn't going to be entertaining, so. Then we had the Finn Balor video package. So Finn Balor was apparently responding to Seth Rollins' promo earlier in the night. But it was a pre-recorded like video package. It wasn't a response. This video package was done before the promo, obviously, but whatever, it's wrestling, that's, you know. But Finn Balor, you know, he had pictures of Irish folklore or whatever, the demon, you know what the demon do set, you know, blah 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 there. And then at the end they show his face transform into the makeup or whatever. So pretty much Seth Rollins promo in this video package, all it pretty much was is Finn Balor's gonna have makeup at SummerSlam. That's it. Dude can't cut a promo, obviously, because last week he needed to be interviewed for his fucking promo. This week his promo is a minute-long video package. Dude can't talk or anything, but at SummerSlam he's gonna have face paint. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Should have just went with that. Hey, at SummerSlam, dude's wearing face paint. That's it, because that's all that was. Seth Rollins' boring 15-minute promo. Finn Balor's obvious that he can't cut promos / video package. All of that was just meant to say, dude's gonna wear makeup. That's it. Oh, it's a demon. It has nothing to do with demons. It's just paint. The guy has no character. He can't portray a demon character. He has 0 charisma. He has like minus charisma. That's all it's going to be is paint at SummerSlam. That's it. I'm not going to jack off because another guy is going to wear paint, for God's sake. 7th match. Or before this, we had a skit from Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson there. Because the week before, they pulled Big E, his crotch, into the post. So they hurt his testicles or whatever. So they did a skit. They were dressed up like doctors. And they were making fun of it there. Ring postitis, and it was funny. It was the only legit funny part of the show. This and Chris Jericho was funny. You know, you got about 12 minutes of good in 3 hours, but whatever. So yeah, it was pretty much a DX skit. It was exactly like that. Oh, balls, oh, nuts, oh, groin. That's all it was, like an immature DX style skit, except they were dressed up like doctors. You know what I mean? That's what it was. It was a DX style skit, exactly like that. And it was okay, you know. When everything else looks like fucking shit, then a doctor skit is gonna look better by default. That's, you know. 7th match, Luke Gallows defeated Kofi Kingston in about 2 minutes. Not the worst match of all time, I mean. You know, it progressed the story, I mean. You gotta be positive, I mean. It's a 2-minute match. What do you want me to say? That this was awesome? Am I supposed to say this was good? The 2-minute match there. Like I said many times, just because matches aren't the worst, it doesn't mean that the show is good. Doesn't mean that it's actually entertaining. If you have a movie, a 2-hour movie, and everything is just... Oh, it's not the worst segment of all time in the movie. If every part is not the worst of all time and it's just throwaway shit, then the movie is gonna look like a complete pile of throwaway shit. Just like this show. That's what fans don't understand. A 2-minute match, oh, not the worst ever. God damn, you're so negative, okay? But it's not good. That's the problem. It's not good, man. If it's a 2-minute match with fuck all happening, it's not good. We're lying to ourselves if we say that it's good. And you want something good, brother? Goldust and R-Truth with a guy dressed up in the Scooby-Doo outfit there. Really, man? You know, I get it. They have a DVD that they have to sell there. Some shit fucking deal they have with Scooby-Doo. It's like their second movie. I don't know how many they've done there. But imagine you're sitting at home with a hot chick there. You've been talking to her about how you watch wrestling. This hot chick is coming over to your place. She's at your house. Oh, honey, you sexy guy, you. What are you watching? Oh, I'm watching wrestling. And it's 2 fucking goofballs with a fucking Scooby-Doo. God damn it. How the fuck are you supposed to fucking look at anybody with a straight face? Oh, I'm a cool guy. I'm watching a fucking cartoon, motherfucking Muppet. A guy in a fucking costume of Scooby-Doo. How the fuck do you explain this to your fucking girl that you're dating? How do you explain this to your tough guy friends there? How, for God's sake? Can't they just advertise this on the website or something? You know, you're making us look bad. Scooby-Doo, goddamn it, why? Why? Then Mick Foley and Daniel Bryan. You know, 2 things I don't like here. Foley, oh, it's not about the authority. It's going to be about the wrestlers. Yet, this was what was advertised all fucking night. You know, they had a match after, but it was a surprise. The whole night was centered around Foley and Daniel Bryan. Not about the authority, my fucking ass. And the skit sucked. It was cheap, man. Okay? And what about the brand split? How come Bryan is on Raw? What about the goddamn brand split? And they advertise Bryan, and again, just like the P. Diddy, this shit sucked. The skit lasted about 3-4 minutes. It's Foley and Bryan having a weird fake argument with one another. Bad acting, big time here, from Bryan and Foley. And then you have Rusev and Cesaro coming out. It's like, what? These fucks had their segments before, earlier in the night, that they're mid-carders. Why the fuck do we want to see these guys again? And then Foley set up a surprise match for the US title. And in the 8th match, Rusev defeated Cesaro. Sheamus came out, he kicked Cesaro. Rusev got the win. That's your main event. Rusev against Cesaro. That's the main event of Raw. The Juggernaut, my fucking dick. This shit fucking sucks, man. And then Roman Reigns came out and speared Rusev, you know. You look at this show there. Zero fucking star power in these matches. They had Jericho in the first match, but this isn't main event Jericho. This isn't first ever undisputed champ Jericho. This is Santino Marella Jericho is what we're getting. He even has a mustache now just to be more funny. Jericho is like a comedy gimmick guy now. That's what he is nowadays. He's not main event star who beat Austin and Rock. He's a fucking Santino Marella with a fucking mustache and a scarf or whatever the fuck there. Okay? And the rest of the matches have zero star power in them. They bring out a special guest and it's Sin Cara. Oh, big special guy coming to fight this match. Sin Cara. They have absolutely fuck all in these matches. Seth Rollins is there, Roman Reigns is there, but they're not wrestling. You know, they're treating Rollins and Reigns like if they're Brock Lesnar's or Undertaker's. Like if they're too good to have a match on Raw or something. That's how they've been the past couple weeks. They're not wrestling. You know, you have almost nobody on this roster. This is bad, man. This looks cheap. Very cheap, man. Nobody in these matches, man. Nobody, fuck. If they would take, you know, guys that can wrestle, let them have good matches for real, maybe, you know. But you have a bunch of fucking nobodies in these matches. Cesaro, yeah, Cesaro. Who fucking cares there? Nobody really cares about Cesaro. It's all fucking bullshit, this fucking Cesaro crap there. Come on, fuck. This shit is cheap, man. Fucking straight up fucking cheap. Big time embarrassing. Fucking show is bad enough, they give you a fucking Scooby-Doo for God's sake. What the hell is this, man? Very cheap, man. Super cheap. Until next time. Peace.